Welcome to the Rustic Garden Homestead. Today's video is all about planting up a GreenStalk vertical planter with leafy greens. It's actually been 10 days since I set up this container, and I just wanted to show you what the growth looks like before we get started. I'm going to go through all the steps on how to really get your leafy greens, your kale, lettuces, spinach, arugula into a tower system like this, and I'm going to explain how well everything grows in here. They are also having a 50th anniversary sale. Jack, the inventor, and his wife Kathy have been married for 50 years. From April 2nd through April 7th, 2025, in case you're watching this video in 2026, everything is on sale, 20% off. You can't really beat that. All kinds of different towers and supplies that go along with these towers. So I'm going to show you the video. 10 days ago I set this up, but I wanted to give you a look at how nicely all the leafy greens are just growing in here 10 days after. The plants that are going into GreenStalk garden towers were all started indoors. I will link videos to show you how to grow different plants indoors under grow lights. These have been out here now, I don't know, almost 3 weeks, acclimating to the sun, getting used to the UV rays, but really they're beautiful. They are ready to go. Plenty of leafy greens, kales, lettuces, endives, all kinds of different plants to go into the vertical towers. So I'm going to be cleaning out any remaining plants from the towers, even if they survive, because I just have all these beautiful plants to put in there. Lots of flowers too, but I'm going to try and focus on this tower being more of the leafy greens, the brassicas, spinach, lettuce, and all of that. Almost 70 degrees today, so it's a perfect time to be outside, coming out of that winter slumber. Nice warm day. I'm still going to get frosts, but all these leafy greens, all these cool weather crops can take a frost. So I'm going to get my towers cleaned up. I have all kinds of different things growing in here. Every 3 years or so, I dump the soil out and I refresh that. I will put in the video description some videos I've already done on that. But this is my second year after kind of revitalizing it last year. So there's no need for me to dump this out. What I'd like to do, and I'll be taking out all the plants that are in here. I have plenty of new leafy greens, brassicas, kale, collard, spinach, all to go into here. So I'm going to clean out the pockets. What I do for a basic prep, any organic granular fertilizer is going to work. This is Plant Tone. This bag I think is 27 pounds. Full price, it costs about $23. That's less than $1 a pound. I recommend buying a big bag of fertilizer. I always wait and get mine on sale here in Maryland Zone 7. So we're lucky. In the winter, a lot of these things go on sale. What I'm basically going to do, and I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to take a little bit of the organic granular and drop it into each pocket. On top of that, this is my leaf compost. It's a little soggy because we had a lot of rain, but that's fine. I'm going to take a handful of the leaf compost, put it in there, and then I'm just going to mix each pocket through with a shovel, loosen it up. If I felt the soil was too compacted maybe, I would drop in some peat moss to loosen it up, but I know that my soil is good to go. Couple of things, check out the video description. It will show you how to buy fertilizers from the big box stores, as well as bagged soil products. If you watch that, you're going to save yourself a lot of money, because there's a lot of misinformation that's thrown out there to the consumer when you walk into these big stores. So let me just get this ready with the refresh, a little bit of organic granular, a little bit of compost, mix it in, you're good to go. It really doesn't take long to refresh these containers. Just get in there with a little hand shovel, loosen everything up. After I go through that, nothing better than your hand to really mix up the soil. I just loosen everything up. And I just want a nice, easy planting base so I can just dig a pocket, and I'm going to be dropping in the transplant just like that. If you need to add more soil once the transplant goes in, just throw a little bit more around there. We'll water it in at the end with a water-soluble fertilizer. It only took about 15 minutes to prep the entire container. After the cool weather crops are harvested, I'll probably be putting peppers into here, so I'll do the same process again. Otherwise, it's just going to be managed with a water-soluble fertilizer. I recommend AgroThrive. It's a wonderful organic water-soluble. Water-soluble means the plants can use the NP and K right away. You can find a link to them in my video description. And just real quick, the planter here is one of my original GreenStalk garden planters. I started with them almost 10 years ago, I think. This guy sat out here 24/7 for 6 years here, 4 years at my other property, and it's still looking really, really good. There's no cracking or issues with the plastic after 10 years of being outside 24/7. You can move these into your garage during the winter, do whatever you want with them. but I like really testing products with affiliates that I work with. I love GreenStalk. I've been with them, like I said, almost 10 years, and I highly recommend these towers. A little 2 foot by 2 foot footprint allows you to grow in really 30 pockets of growing space, again, in that little 2 foot by 2 foot footprint. I just want to go over some quick planting tips and strategies so that you maximize the sun. My southern sun is right over this way, and then it tracks around to the west, and then it sits over there. This tower gets plenty of light. In some cases, you might be growing in a tower that you want to spin this every couple of days, and you can do it without a spinner, but it's a little bit difficult. You can buy a little spinner base. There's one down there, and you just take the tower and you rotate it. And this allows each side to get maximum sun throughout the week. When you're planting up into the tower, I'm going to be doing some collards, and collards will get really tall. So like if I plant it down here, let me get down to it. If I plant it down here, the leaves are going to come up and shade out other plants. So I'm going to put my collard plant right over there. And this way it'll grow upward. I can put in a little bamboo post, brace it, it'll be good to go. Also going to put in some kale. Kale, collards, if you can do broccoli, you could do cauliflower in here if you want. If you put in like 6 larger plants into these containers, they're going to quickly pull out the water. So for the bigger plants to get a little bit leafier, I like to spread them out. So I'm going to put the other one over here. Not quite at the top, but still it's going to grow up here, and I'll have some of the lettuces down lower. I've got some romaine right here. That's going to get spread out through the tower. Some bib lettuce, some spinach, arugula, and I'm just going to start filling in the pockets, keeping most really to the front of my mind, keeping in mind the bigger plants, making sure I'm spreading them out and putting them in different pockets. Also going to drop in a Swiss chard, which will go somewhere down at the bottom. Yes, that's taller, and it's going to cover up some of the plants, but what I plant above the chard will need a little bit less light. So then the other strategy is, if you know you're growing bigger plants and you may shade off some of the plants, you can put something in there that maybe will appreciate the shade. Like spinach does better with a little bit of shade, in my opinion. The reservoir is off of here, so it's a little bit easier to see how I plant. I'll do some of the lower pockets too. So the collards, I'm just going to dig a hole, same depth as the collard, and I'm going to just press it in. I'm going to plant to just about there with the soil, or to the depth right there, so that when I put the soil on it and press it in, you know, it's good to go. You want to make sure that it's facing out. When the reservoir goes back on there, it won't pinch the plant or do any kind of damage. But it's really that easy to plant. So if I'm going to be dropping a plant into here, I'm just digging a pocket with my hand into the pocket, and I'll just drop the plants right into there. Let's see if I can do one with just one hand. So this is a bib lettuce, and it's going to go right into here. Lean it forward a little bit. Now, maybe you don't have enough soil to get to covering it or fully planting it. I just reach down to another pocket. I'll replace that with time, or when I get down there, and I just push the soil in. I like to fill this up to the top. Some people recommend, you know, put it a little bit lower below the lip, but I find it does really well this way. Planted, perfect. It's going to fill up this whole space. It'll be a full head of bib lettuce. The tower is fully planted up, 30 plants in there. I have Swiss chard, beets for the greens, endive, lettuce, spinach, some chives, sorrel for some tartness, it's an herb. All kinds of different plants. 1 kale, 1 chard, and 1 collard, just to make sure you don't overplant. If you put in too many collards and kales and bigger plants, and you're not eating them quick enough, sometimes insects take hold. So you only want to plant as much as you're going to regularly harvest and use. This way, insects don't take hold. For fertilizing with the water-soluble, you only want to do that right now, maybe once a month. If plants get bigger, twice a month, but any water-soluble will work. I'll show you how to do the initial pour. It's just real quick. I always get questions about watering. I can't answer that for you. I can't tell you how often. You want this to stay moist. You don't want this to dry out. And it's all going to depend on how much rain you get in your area, how big the plants are, what your summers are like. At the height of summer, middle of July, depending on what I have growing, I have to water these every day, sometimes twice a day, just because I'm growing so much in there. But that's all going to vary really based on your summer temperatures, how much rain you get, and how big of plants you decide to grow in here. The tower's reassembled. That's the water reservoir. And when it's cooler, really up through June, I just fill that top up and the water trickles down and waters each level. Sometimes you have to fill it up twice. For fertilizing, you could use a reservoir, but I like to just use a watering container. And I just want to show you real quick that we're just going to go in. Let's go up here. And go 1, 2, 3, and just give it a quick drink of any water-soluble fertilizer that you want to use. And that's going to be great. There's plenty of fertilizer in there from how we set it up with the compost, the dry organic fertilizer, and maybe once a month you would give them some more water-soluble fertilizer. But this guy's just ready to go. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. I sell pepper and tomato seeds, $1.75 a pack, and all other seeds are only $1.50. And again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.